Welcome to Tofino, British Columbia. It's our first sunrise out here on the coast and my first time ever out here in Tofino. And this morning has been absolutely wild. We caught sunrise, flew the drones around a little bit, but now we're just out here watching the waves roll in, just getting acquainted with the place.
These boys helping each other, giving each other a hand. Nice, go.
I'm out here with a bunch of other creatives whom I met over the last couple of years. Some of these people I started out in the creative industry with, met on some of the first brand shoots, and some of the people that are joining us are idols kind of mine in the creative world, so it's kind of a full circle moment. I wanted to make this video about just that. Making friends and community is kind of everything in life to me, and this trip is a really good sign of that, and I wanted to share some of the ways that me and my friends met and what brought us here today. So we're just going to enjoy this sunset, and I'll introduce you to some of those guys as we go throughout this trip. This social media stuff gets a bit of a bad rap sometimes, but I'm here to say that with the negative, there's a lot of good as well. I've met some really genuine people and that I'm proud to call my friends, and that's basically come from a passion of capturing the world and sharing how we see it, which is what they call a creative these days. I've been lucky enough to grow up here in Alberta, which I'm in BC right now, but that's my home province. There's a super strong community there, and it's not so much about competing for the job. Well, there is a little bit of that, and everyone wants to get better. Everyone's kind of rooting for each other, and we've kind of found a really good place where everyone's kind of able to grow, and especially us who are in that more outdoor tourism space, filming a lot of the same brands and community like that. We're able to work together on a lot of those things, and it doesn't always have to be a big competition. So I think that's one of the big lessons that I've learned, is kind of getting into this creative world, finding and meeting friends off of Instagram. It's just like being genuine and like going out and hanging out with other friends and people that have the same interests as you, because being passionate about the world and getting out and enjoying these different hobbies such as like skiing, photography, videography, whatever you want to call it, and even surfing on this trip or travel can bring a lot of people together. So that's like kind of tip number one for making creative friends, which for me has been a big part in my career and like helped me get to this point where I'm able to do full-time freelance. So let's go see what these guys are up to. This is my friend Brayden, the mastermind behind this specific trip. Brought us to Tofino. He's been talking about this place for a long time, but been kind of talking about like making creative friends, and this guy is one of my first that I've met in the industry. So what do you think is like super important in finding people in this community?
I think just reaching out, obviously like finding like-minded people, and then just reaching out to people that you feel have the similar interests. Like so many of these, all the guys that are here we've met through social media, through the creative, so just reaching out and hanging out, going to shoot something specific, meeting up at a lake, or Dustin and I met at the city and just went out and shot for one day. We had no plan, but yeah, it was cool.
Going on a boat.
Puked. Just got off the boat here. We got our crab that we just pulled up. Awesome guys here at Charter Tofino. Took us out on a sick day. We started out just cruising around, saw some bald eagles, then went out, after we set our traps then too, went out, way out into the ocean, saw where we were staying up at Pacific Sands, and then chasing some orcas. So they haven't seen them in a while, but we got lucky today and didn't get to be super close because there's some rules around that, but we got some nice shots. I'll put them in here. And Claudio and I got our crab in the bags. We're gonna cook it up later, some garlic butter, and have some appies. So I'm super jacked up. We had an awesome day. Got to see a bunch of wildlife, and the scenery is absolutely wild. What do you think, Braden?
That was super cool. Super awesome. We saw orcas, bald eagles, sea otters.
I just went through all of that, but I'm just kidding. See me, just getting ready for our little surf session this morning. It's been a little bit stormy last few days, so we're gonna try it one more time at our beach here at Pacific Sands, right up front of the resort. But the best thing ever is this hot shower. Claudio's just getting his booties on, and Braden's coming to get suited up here. Let's go. Ready? So we're just here in the Tofino Marina. I got Victor with me. We're waiting for the rest of the gang, and we're gonna be hopping on a boat, heading out to a floating sauna. So picturesque. We saw it in one of the brochures, and we got it organized with the company here, so we're stoked to get out onto that. But since we're on the topic of kind of meeting friends and making good connections in the creative space, I thought I would ask one of my good friends and somebody that I shoot and work with a lot, Victor Arden, who I'll put his Instagram here, kind of on his perspectives on things. So what do you think about this?
That's a good question, man. I think the creative space can be a pretty lonely space. You know, we're all stuck behind our desks a lot of the time and shooting our own projects and that kind of stuff. I think it becomes so much greater when you can have, you know, friends that are in the same kind of industry. You can do these projects together. I think we've all said at some point to each other, like, I really don't enjoy doing these projects alone anymore, because you're shooting video, you're shooting photo, you're switching between the two, everything is just on you, and you're just one person with one mind. So the moment you have 2 or 3 people that do the same thing, you have 2 or 3 more perspectives on things, which is definitely going to make for better content and more creative content. So even in that way, it's a huge plus. Plus, it's just better for your mental state too, to have friends and the network to lean on and actually be able to work together on things. Make that a blooper in your vlog. Okay, let's wait till these guys go in.
Just finished our little journey out here, about half an hour to the sauna, and can't quite see it behind me here, but it's like a little black cabin, wooden dock, and there's some paddleboards and stuff. Looks absolutely beautiful, super picturesque, and we're just about at the end of the sound. But it's time to go get on the sauna and get it heated up.
Yeah.
Very nice.
All kind of checking this place out. We got the sauna structure behind me. The boat just dropped us off here. Our own rope swing. Maddie's checking that out. You think he's gonna probably go for a dip in there. A little bit of a barbecue kind of setup here.
Huh? No. Not at all, actually.
Whoa, Braden, how is it, buddy?
So cold, but great.
Where is the ladder?
This is a bad idea, but so bad that it's good.
Hot boy summer. Things have escalated a little bit. We're having some fun. We got all sorts of stuff going on. I jumped off this big beam back here. Getting a few little sends in, but sauna's super hot. Water's cold. And Everyone's stoked. I'm having a lot of fun out here.
What are our sponsors for this
Our
trip?
sponsors. No, tell us about making friends, creative friends, and how you found community in the creative world.
I mean,
Garrett, your buddy, you're traveling with us.
yeah, it's all about it. Like, it's crazy the amount of people you can meet on social media as a whole. Like, over the past 8 years, I've met some of my best friends through social media as a whole. Yeah, the connections you build, the community itself is like nothing else. So, yeah. But this guy, Dusty, I don't know yet.
Cass and I have crossed paths maybe in our past life of skiing.
Yeah.
And we didn't really know each other, so it's crazy to see this come full circle from a different hobby. Like I was talking about before, finding people that love enjoying the same type of activities, and that kind of brings these connections like so much closer when you actually like to hang out and not just with cameras, etc. So super stoked to meet you, man.
I know.
Finally.
Great. Yes, we'll ski together.
We will. Come to Canada this winter.
I know. I will. Sounds great.
I know, Dusty, you don't realize this as you're filming this, but you must have fried not just your shrimp, but also your eyebrows.
Yeah? I got smoked.
You
I
did.
thought I got that. I fringed
Dude,
them.
your eyelashes are just curled.
How do they look?
Oh, you definitely fried some hair and some eyelashes, bro. Steamy content right there.
It's been a wild week here with everybody. We sent off our friends. One crew took the car back to Nanaimo, and some of them caught a flight out of here from Tofino. For my first time here, I'm blown away. Absolutely had an amazing time with everybody. The whole point of this trip is kind of getting a bunch of different friends together, all coming together from the creative space, making videos, YouTube, Instagram photos, all sorts of different things like that from different worlds, and all in that creative space. So it's exciting. I've been talking about that a little bit and shared some of the thoughts from my friends, but we're just enjoying our last morning here and getting some shots around the beaches. Gonna go grab lunch in town, and we're catching our flight later this evening. So thanks you guys for watching this, and I hope you enjoyed some of the insights we had and some of the sick B-roll and shots of the wildlife and nature that we saw. So wait until the next one. Please like and subscribe. I'm going to continue doing this, trying to tell some of the stories of our adventures, and stay stoked.